There's a certain amount of alchemy still involved. You never know until you lift that kiln lid and you can breathe a sigh of relief. That's part of the fascination with it. I've always been interested in art, dabbling with this and that, but I really didn't start studying art till after I got out of high school, just taking independent classes and so forth. I discovered my porcelain teacher that I studied with at the Indiana State Fair, and I was totally fascinated by that. So I drove for 10 years to Indianapolis to take a class once a week and studied with her. And from the moment that I applied the paint to the porcelain, it was just the feel of it. It was just like, this is for me. Porcelain art is an ancient art form. We still do it the same way. We use China paint minerals, which mature at a particular temperature, which we mix with mineral oil and apply it to porcelain, and then it's fired in a kiln. Most of our colors mature at about 1400 degrees. So for a ceramicist, that's considered just warming the kiln up a little bit, but that's what we fire at for most of our applications. Our paints are semi-transparent, so we have to do multiple firings, and we do layers of color, one on top of the other. And being semi-transparent, then you can see the underlying color and build that up. Watercolorists find it very familiar to them. Oil painters, no, it doesn't work. The mineral becomes one with the glaze, so it's totally permanent. That's the thing that people have asked me, why did you choose this as opposed to watercolors or anything else? And I tell them vanity, because my pieces will look the same 500 years from now. They will never fade. The colors will still be as vibrant. You know, I'm making pieces to be here long after I'm gone. Most people think of China painting as Victorian ladies sitting around painting flowers on dinnerware, which it's still done, and that's still fine. But whenever I started painting, I wanted to do portraits and animals and things a little more different than the traditional florals. I'm into men right now, you know, shifting into kind of a cowboy mode, and I like painting familiar figures that people readily can recognize. The portrait is unending. Everyone's face is different. Every face has a certain amount of character to it, and the same way animals are just portraits with fur. They're just, you know, the substrate and the muscular structure and everything is the same. And I just prefer to do that because, you know, every face is different and it's always something new and varied. I work out of a studio in the Art Sanctuary. There's approximately 20 studios of different sizes in the building. The sanctuary upstairs is a gallery, and we have a variety of artists in the building. It's just a great facility, and it's gotten known around as the art place in Martinsville. And a lot of people say, Martinsville? I didn't know Martinsville had any kind of an art reputation, but we're trying to offer that to the community in the area. We have a school that we operate in Indiana each year, and we hold it at the Morgan County Fairgrounds. It's the Porcelain Art School of Indiana, and we're one of the last few schools of this kind still operating in the U.S. We bring teachers in from across the U.S. We've even in the past had international teachers, and we draw students from across the United States. We normally have 70 students and teachers, and for 5 days we paint and fire right there at the fairgrounds, and it's open to the public to come and see, because with any art form, the main thing is if you understand it better, your appreciation of that art increases. You know, in Indiana, it's very historical because First Lady Caroline Harrison was a China painter. And when she went to Washington, D.C. as First Lady, she took her China painting teacher along with her, and she fired China when she was in the White House. And she, of course, was the First Lady that originated the White House China collection. So Indiana has a very rich history of China painting, and we want to educate people and have them be proud that this is an art form that really has some regional importance.